Back at it. I came across this video. We have to take a deep dive of it. They are saying that Nolan Wales' friend is finally says the truth of how he died. And I'm like, what? Did I miss something? Because I didn't hear that. Did y'all hear that? Press 4 if you heard that. Press 7 if you did not hear that. So, honey, I saw the video. I said, no, I'm not even going to look at it right now. I'm going to react to this video with y'all. Maybe it's something out here that I missed that we can figure it out. So, do y'all mind? Let's watch this video clip together. And how are you guys doing? I know it's been a lot, it's been a toll on your soul. How are you guys doing about this? I want to know. Comment below. How are y'all doing? How am I doing about this? How do I feel about this? The weight is heavy. I'm not going to lie, I'm scared. Why are you scared? The reason why I'm scared is because they are getting away with unaliving black boys, young black boys. You know, we're working on 3 young black boys in the South that has been unalived. Suspects are white. Um, when I saw 250 white supremacists march on July the 4th in front of the White House, all those white men with those masks on, I mean, they're not going to do that for nothing. It's part of their rituals. They're letting you know they are on the rise. You guys are acting silly. Y'all out here twerking and acting like it's just another Tuesday. I see the signs. I'm looking at the politics. I'm looking at Trump feeling entitled, talking about he's going to run for 2028. I am seeing the signs. But you know, I'm old as hell. It's your sons that's going to have to face it, the terror. Okay. So, honey, if you are a parent with black sons, honey, you better be aware and you better talk to your kids. I feel like this. If I had a black kid, and a black son especially, I will get his ass engaged. I want to know. So what do you think about this? How does it make you feel as a black young boy in America? Do you affect it, or do you feel like this will never happen to you? Do you feel separate from this black boy? How do you feel about Nolan? Because there's a lot of you black boys, they don't identify another black boy with them. They have gotten so separated. When they see another black boy, they don't see themselves. You know, majority of young black boys are streamers. They not talking about no damn Nolan Wales. They talking about some goofy shit, but they're not putting a light on these young black guys that has been unalive. And hell, maybe these streamers are all puppet. Maybe everybody is for the money, and money is your god. Well, honey, they definitely gonna have a way with you if that's the case. All right, so I'm glad that you guys are doing okay. Y'all doing all right? How y'all doing? You exhausted? Yeah. Yep, you exhausted, but I tell you one thing. I know you exhausted, but you better use God as your strength and ask him for power to endure. All right. And just get the power to endure, ask him for more patience, because that's what you're going to need for war. We are in war. We're going to always be in war. You know, shoot, before we were born, we was already in war. So ain't no get a break. I mean, everybody getting a break and see what they doing. They twerking, they fighting, they killing one another. That's what happens when you take a break. You got to keep your eye on the prize because Satan never sleeps, right? Satan never takes a break. They always on demon time, right? Whew. So, honey, just ask for the patience and ask for guidance and ask for endurance and for the strength to endure. Ooh, that's what I do, honey. I know a lot of people want to take a break. I don't ask God for no breaks. Hell no. I don't want no breaks, God. I said, just give me the power. Give me the strength. Give me peace while I'm in this battle, and give me a peace of mind. Because I don't want to go crazy in my mind, you know. Give me a peace of mind and the strength, patience, because I can get irritated real quick. So I'm asking for patience. So I'm getting patience. So that's how I do it, honey. All right. So somebody said clarity. Yes. A clear vision. Yeah. Because I know I'm going to fight. So ain't no sense of saying, okay, can we please not fight anymore? Man, please. Satan ain't sleeping. saying you don't want to fight no more is just surrender. You might as well just surrender. Hell, okay? But I'm glad that you guys are in this fight with me. So let me bring this video clip up here and let's see what she has to say or what this video is showing us.
Nolan Wells audio distress call. Is it real? Good evening. I'm Nancy Grace.
Yes, it's real, Nancy. Nancy, don't start no crap. Yes, the audio distress call is real. I want to know your thoughts. You guys know the white megas have been pushing an agenda trying to say it's AI because they don't want the truth to come out. So I want to know, press 1 if you feel like the audio distress call is real. Press 7 if you feel like it's AI. It is not AI. That stuff is real. But I want to know what you guys think about it. All right. Let me scoot this a little bit down. I hope Nancy don't start no mess. I've been seeing videos of people asking Nancy. They said, "Can we trust Nancy? Can we really trust Nancy?" How do y'all feel about it? She's been doing a cool job. I like that she put Brandon Tatum. I like that she put him on his back. And I've been seeing Brandon Tatum getting dragged on this internet streets. Failed NFL player, failed cop. Okay. I heard Nick Fuentes dragged his butt too. Okay. But I want to know, do you guys trust Nancy Grace? That's the question I've been seeing on social media. Press 7 if you trust her with this Nolan Wells case. Press 8 if you feel like she's not to be trusted. How do you guys feel about Nancy Grace? Let's go.
Crime Stories. I want to thank you for being with us.
Everyone in the background is saying, "Is he dead? Nolan, wake the up."
Claiming they're sinking and calling.
Woo! Did you hear that white woman? And I just want to say shout out to the white people that is standing on business, that are being fair and see past the bull crap, okay? Shout out to y'all. I see y'all and I appreciate y'all, all right? She said, you heard what she said. You heard what she said. Honey, she see it. She see it.
Hell, and yet in the background, are we really hearing all of this other activity?
Nobody has ever, none of the kids on this boat have ever admitted that anybody said that they thought Nolan was dead.
Detail assistance, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Ankles? Hello?
Hey.
Yes, how far is the water coming up, sir?
Woo! This what I want to know. Do you guys remember after this phone call came out, it was exposed, right? TMZ, which I believe is compromised, they came out here with a video from the white boy's parents saying, put this out and let everybody know that Nolan was not on that damn boat. And so he put a video out. What was it? 2 seconds? What was it? 3 seconds of a fuzzy video of white boys on the boat. I can't even make out who the hell the white boys are. And they are saying, well, that is proof that Nolan was not on the boat. Bullshit. You know what you gotta do for me? You gotta bring me the video when Warren was on the phone call to the lady, Vicky, talking about, oh my God, we sinking. Send me that video of them going around talking about, oh my God, Nolan, no. Send me that video. But you will not give me an edited video and give it to me and try to seem like that was the same time Warren was on the phone. Bullshit. It's not together. That's a different time. I don't even know if it's that same date. Nobody knows. You just give it to TMZ. TMZ run with it like this is, hey, this is truth. This is facts. Bullshit. And y'all the same ones that's trying to tell us, well, you can't speculate. You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do that. Motherfucker, let me tell you, TMZ, y'all didn't have that energy for the sheriff. When the sheriff came out here in the beginning and said, no, I suspect no foul play. When they came out here, I suspect a drowning. I suspect accidental. Did you get on their ass and say, y'all should not be speculating, especially when you don't even have the autopsy? You didn't even investigate. See, you're one-sided. You are one-sided. And honey, I don't like that shit. So I feel like, hell, why in the hell did they record that little moment anyway? It was 2-3 seconds. They wasn't looking at the camera. It was like, what was the point of recording this? I want to know who the hell recorded it. Do y'all know who recorded it? Who recorded it? I think it's the grandfather recorded that because he knew this moment was going to come. So he put this out here. But it don't prove shit to me. Do it prove shit to y'all? Let me know. Press 1 if it proves something to you. Press 2, that little video ain't prove shit. It ain't prove nothing. It ain't prove nothing at all. If they're going to record something and y'all recording white boys just on a boat for 2 or 3 seconds ain't doing shit, then why you didn't record the boat sinking? Come on. You see it all the time. When a plane is about to crash, people putting out their phones, making video recording. Hey, you guys, we about to die. I love you. They just be video recording shit. Even though they in the air, they probably don't got no signal. They probably about to die, but they still gonna video to the shit just in case. Just in case they make it through. That's their testimony. You mean to tell me they got all their goddamn phones. When the boat is sinking, the first thing you gonna do is grab your phone because you don't want your phone to get wet, right? So you're going to grab your phone. Why ain't nobody record shit? Why ain't nobody record the pump? Why ain't nobody record we sinking? Why ain't nobody record nothing? Come on now. Come on, you know that's bullshit. All that chaos in the background, ain't anybody recording that because it was a crime going on. That's the reason. Let's go.
It's coming up. We're just thinking. I don't know. Like we're going down now.
All right, well, let's get you going. Membership number or phone number listed on the account, sir.
Does Warren sound like he's about to die? Press 5 if Warren sounds like he about to die. Press 8 if Warren don't sound like he about to die. He does not sound like he about to die. He sound irritated. Do the people in the background sound like they about to die? They don't sound like they're about to die. They sound like somebody else is dead or dying on the damn boat. But do the people in the background sound like they're about to die? Are they saying, oh my God, Jesus, the boat is sinking, oh Lord? Ain't nobody doing that. And a lot of people before they die, they do get on video. They do. This is bull crap.
I don't know the phone number. It's either, I think it's, try that.
All right.
I know we have a membership like guaranteed. Sure. I don't have the tag on
Unless you
here.
have a membership number or anything, it's okay. I'll get you over to the captain. What's the best phone number to reach you at?
Reach me at...
You are hearing the audio.
You heard Warren. Does Warren sound like he about to die? So therefore, that's even more reason why you ain't put the video out. Why you ain't record this? If you record 2-3 seconds and nobody doing shit and for no reason, surely you record somebody in that group recording a boat is about to sink.
Distress call from the boat. That is the boat on which Nolan Wells went to Horn Island. Now, there have been a lot of different accounts about whether he was on the boat when he came back from Horn Island, when he was supposed to come back from Horn Island. He never came back from Horn Island. And you can clearly hear on that version, which we obtained from the Mississippi Department of Marine Research. They released it. It's not something off TikTok or Insta. And that's what you hear. Let me hear 184 one more time, please.
Detail assistance, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is it coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Ankles? Hello?
Hey,
Yes, how far is the water coming up, sir?
it's coming up. We're just sinking. I don't know. Like we're going down now.
All right, so I want to be clear with this one thing because I know you mentioned before. Is there any chance or any knowledge that you have that anybody deleted stuff from his phone?
Wells' friends told investigators that when they left the island, he had chosen to stay behind with a young woman he'd met there. One friend, when asked about that account directly, said it didn't square with the Nolan he knew, that he'd never known him to separate from the group like that. That contradiction has been sitting in this case.
Bull crap. Can I bust this bubble? Can I please press 5 if I can bust this bubble? I want to stick my stiletto nails in this bubble and pop it like a popcorn. Okay? Now you know damn well, one reason. You have your fake brother, your family member, and your family member, according to the mega crowd, according to the white boys, he's drunk, he's underage, 18 years old, drinking heavy, and according to y'all, mega people, he's on drugs. So you leaving your friend, your brother, with a stranger, he's drunk at 4 p.m., and he's on drugs, and your ass gonna leave him there on a damn island full of white people in Mississippi? You don't give a damn about him. You hated his ass if you did that. And I don't know what white girl in her right mind would want to hang out at 4 p.m. with a drunk boy that's on drugs. Who is about to hang out with that shit? Huh? Hell no. I talked to Katie. Katie said I wasn't hanging out with damn Nolan. She said, no. Okay. Let's keep it real here. Let's use common sense. None of those scenarios make sense. It does not pan the hell out. A stranger y'all just met, he's drunk as hell and he's on drugs. You gonna spend your whole day with him at 4 p.m. for July the 4th, the time you gonna spend with your family and friends. You as a woman gonna leave your family and friends on July the 4th to hang out with a man you don't know that's drunk and on drugs. Because according to them, he was high as a kite. According to them, he was drinking very heavy. Press 2 if you're going to spend your July the 4th evening with a drunk drug user you don't even know. Press 15, hell no, you're not doing that. Ain't nobody in their right mind is doing that unless Katie is a drug addict too, okay? Ain't no way. Hell no. And they said that Nolan was supposed to be doing some type of practice on Monday. So you know he wouldn't have all that shit in his system. But according to his white friends, they said that he was a whole bunch of alcohol. Didn't his white friends, his white family members say that he was drunk as a skunk? He was heavy on that alcohol. Huh? Press 9 if that's what his white friends came out and told us. And then Brandon Tatum, the white boy's homeboy, he done backed it up with a Mack truck and added cocaine on it. Yeah, he was on that sugar boogers too. And you gonna leave him there on Horn Island? You gonna leave an 18-year-old boy that's drugged up, that's full of alcohol, he don't got no phone, he don't got no kids, and you gonna leave his ass there with a stranger on Horn Island on July the 4th in Mississippi with all the white folks? Hell no. Hell no. Honey, it don't make sense.
Day one, but new reporting adds something sharper.
Nolan was like a brother to me. Nolan lit up every room he walked in. 4th of July, everybody was out there. Nolan rode out on the Triton, and then we had a Palm Beach, 18 Palm Beach. There was 4 guys on that. The rest of the group, which ranged from maybe 10 to 15 or 16 people on my buddy's tide line.
Yeah, so y'all pretty much having a good. So you guys get ready to leave out of there, getting towed out,
Yeah.
and then where's Nolan in this situation?
Well, Nolan was, the last time I saw Nolan was 3 o'clock, and Nolan was cradling a girl in his arms, Katie, Katie. And Katie, Nolan was sitting there, and the last time I saw him, I looked at Nolan, and Nolan was like shaking his head, laughing, and I was like, dude, you crazy. I was like just joking with him. And but anyway, Nolan, that was the last time I laid eyes on him. But when we were leaving, obviously, no one is getting left at the island that came with us.
I want to ask Katie. Katie, was Nolan cradling your ass? Was you in his arms? And I see y'all in comments talking about Nolan was not on drugs. I know he wasn't on damn drugs. I don't believe he was on drugs, but his white family members have said and pushed that narrative, so I'm not going to ignore it as if they did not. So I'm just saying, according to their logic, if he's on drugs and drinking, why would you leave your family member, your friend, there on Horn Island with the stranger? It does not make sense. I'm never going to leave a family member or a friend on Horn Island by themselves, let alone they don't got no phone, they don't got no keys, let alone they drunk, they only 18 years old, and they using drugs. I'm talking from their perspective. I'm talking if I was one of the white boys. If I was a white boy, no way I would do that to Nolan Wells if I cared about him. Do y'all understand that? I'm not saying that Nolan was on drugs and he was drinking. I'm speaking as if I was one of them white boys. Okay?
Unless they demanded to, be there and ask, this is a very common thing at Horn Island. When you're out there, a lot of people ride out there with someone and in with somebody else all the time. I've done that 100 times. It's a very common thing, but Nolan was sitting by the boat with that Katie girl, and my buddy yelled for Nolan, get on the boat. We're leaving. The boat's having issues. And no, he didn't say that, but he was panicking. Nolan, get the F on the boat. Get on the boat. And Nolan said, no, I'm staying out here. I'm going to ride it with somebody else. And it's not uncommon to hear, but it's not like my buddy asked him one time. My buddy asked Nolan multiple times to get on the boat. Nolan, get on the boat. Get on the boat. We're leaving. If you're coming, you got to come now. And Nolan made a decision to stay out on the island. And like he said,
how many people heard that?
At least a few. Everyone that was on our boat right there, because the Palm Beach had already left. My buddy went ahead and went home on the Palm Beach, and 3 guys on.
Wait. Katie should have heard that, right? Press 1 if Katie should have heard that. You said that you saw Nolan cuddling Katie, and then you told Nolan to come on, get on the boat. Where Katie at? Where Katie at right here? Ain't they cuddling together? Where Katie at? Y'all didn't think it was something strange there? If Katie is not there, and he's talking about he's staying with Katie, and you don't see Katie, and you saying that he's on drugs real bad and he's on alcohol. Okay, it's time for an intervention. Somebody need to help. It's time to call your mama. Something up. If that's the case, but I believe they lie. If anything, I believe what happened was they took his phone. Possibly if they wanted him to get on that damn boat, they took his phone in a way for him to get on the boat. And then that's when he said, give me back my motherfucking phone. Give me my phone. And they got into a big old fight. And next thing you know, Nolan was dead. Okay? That's what I can make sense of it from his version, if I'm taking his version.
And Nolan wasn't the only person to ride out there with us and in with somebody else. I mean, we had multiple people in our group that rode out with us and rode in on someone else's boat. And that, like I said, that's not an uncommon thing to do, you know? I mean, a lot of people do that. I could name probably 50 people out there that day that ran out with somebody and ran back in with somebody else. So, I mean, it's not like it's an uncommon thing, but it's not like we just left him there or my friends just left him there. Nolan made a decision to stay on the island after my friends asked him multiple times and told him to get on the boat, and he decided to stay.
And I heard the girl that he was with, Katie, had text somebody that she heard people yelling
correct
for Nolan to get on it.
And I have a picture of that. She texted my buddy, and the next day everybody was panicking and everybody's texting Katie, you know, because she was obviously seen with Nolan the whole day at the island. Katie sent a message to my buddy the next day and said, you know, this is the last time I saw him, you know, he's really sweet. But she also mentioned that the last time she saw Nolan was when my buddy was yelling at him to get on the boat. And she was right there to see that Nolan decided not to.
Dispatch audio.
All right. So you heard Warren. Warren said that Katie was right there. Didn't I tell you? So Katie was right there, according to Warren. Why can't we interview Katie? Press 7 if you want to interview Katie. Katie, you need to bring your ass to the screen, Katie. Why can't Brandon Tatum get Katie on? You can get these white boys on, get the white female on. Get Katie ass in here right now. Was Katie doing drugs too? Press 3 if y'all think Katie on them drugs too. I mean, her pictures don't look like it's drugs, but hell, them pictures can be AI. I don't know. I don't know much about Katie. So somebody said, no, she was not. He's lying. So the friends of Nolan Wells, the white boys are supposed to be so close and such family members. So that, you know what? Then Katie, your ass need to sue. Can't Katie sue for defamation? Can't Katie sue for lying on her name? They're saying that you was right there, Katie. Katie, you need to sue or something, girl, because listen to them, you sound suspect.
Reporting the boat was taking on water and starting to sink. But GPS data pulled from the boat afterward shows it didn't actually leave the island until around 4:30 in the afternoon, roughly 30 minutes after that emergency call went out. Investigators have said plainly that if the boys...
Woo! Did you hear that? Did you hear that? 30 minutes after the phone call. Press 2 if you heard it. 30 minutes after the phone call. You know what I'm thinking, right? All right, 30 minutes after the phone call, Nolan was on that boat doing the phone call. He was dead during the phone call. So after 30 minutes, then they moved, right? So after 30 minutes, then they recorded themselves without Nolan on the damn boat, right? Right. Then they sent to TMZ and say, hey, look, Nolan wasn't there. But Nolan was there doing a damn call. But they had 30 minutes to move Nolan's body. Now, I believe another boat came through and they put his ass on another boat. What other boat? I don't know. They got a lot of people there. That's their hometown, Ocean Springs, Horn. They know everybody in that motherfucking Horn. Shit, unaliving of a black man. Oh, we got you, buddy. This is motherfucking Mississippi. You know, if they see a black body, they gonna help hide that shit and keep it on the low. And you know, Warren and them family, they rich. You know, they gonna give you some money to shut the hell up. Hell, that's what I'm thinking. That's what's going on.
It doesn't match what the GPS shows. They have a problem. About 60 witnesses have now been interviewed as authorities try to reconstruct what actually happened on that island.
So what's your intent in calling the Coast Guard, right? Because right now, Nolan could be with a chick, he could be with somebody else, he could have gone back with somebody else. What made you concerned enough that you felt like you couldn't weigh it out anymore? You had to call the Coast Guard.
Well, I mean, like I said, my friends and I have been on the water our whole life. Stuff happens. People die all the time. I know people that have died out there. And, you know, it's a fun place to be.
Hold the hell up, girl. My wig almost snatched back. What? You know people that die all the time out there. Like that shit just common. Shit always happen. But yet you left your 18-year-old friend. He was drunk. He was with a stranger. He didn't have no phone. He didn't have no keys. And allegedly he was on drugs. And you just left his ass there knowing the danger of Horn Island, knowing the danger of him being there by himself. Because you said you know a lot of people die on that shit. You know a lot of bad stuff happens. But you left him anyway. And you said, well, he didn't want to come. What was I supposed to do? Honey, drag his ass on that boat. You know he's high. You know he's drunk. Call his mama. Say, Nolan, I'm calling your damn mama and letting her know that you're not coming on this boat. They said, well, it's only 1 or 2 bars. Well, that 1 bar gonna push it, baby. Okay? I tell Katie, your whole ass is a bad influence on my friend Katie. Okay? I think Katie on them drugs because ain't no way. Ain't no way. If I was Katie, I'd be like, Nolan, get your ass on that damn boat and call me later. Give my number. We'll talk later on land. But go ahead. Go with your friends. Shit, I'm going to go with my friends with your drunk ass. Okay? The hell? Something wrong with Katie. Something is wrong with Katie. Katie, you need to come to the front. You need to clear this shit. If I was Katie, I would have came and did an interview and cleared my name. All this second and third hand, Katie, and man.
It's a very, very dangerous place to be if you're not handling it right. And Nolan, so I hadn't heard from him, and obviously I'm thinking I would way rather be safe than sorry. I mean, I would rather call the Coast Guard 100 times and lose my mind over it, my buddy be okay, than, not, and me not know where he is and him not be okay. And so I called the Coast Guard and I talked to them on the phone for like 20 minutes, gave him a description, what Nolan was wearing, the last place we were at, the last time I saw him, who were we with, what boat we were on, the conditions of the water, just a summary. And I called Miss Christine back after and I talked to her. And I said, I got to contact the Coast Guard. I'm not sure if she called or, what she did, but I think she said she was going to make a couple phone calls to either DMR or Jackson County Sheriff's Office. And I was thinking worst case scenario. I'd way rather be safe than sorry about this.
The Officer Tatum on YouTube, he has interviewed Nolan's friends. Now, we're about to bring on 2 experts, each one taking a different viewpoint on that call. But, Officer Tatum, thank you for being with us tonight. What do you make of that audio, Officer?
Well, Nancy, thank you so much for having me on. If you put the audio within context, it is an impossibility unless these people are prophesying that somehow they're saying Nolan's name or projecting.
It is not an impossibility. What's wrong with him? Damn, do I got to break it down again? Let me tell y'all what happened. I believe. Okay. They said, Nolan, get your black ass on this boat. Nolan said, I'm not getting on the boat. Allegedly, according to them, he's drunk and he's on that cocaine. So they take his phone. I got your phone. Get on the boat. Nolan said, give me my motherfucking phone. Give me my phone. That's why we heard the audio, girl. Then they got into a big ass fight. Next thing you know, they done knocked Nolan out on that damn boat. Yes, they did. And then Warren. Why did Warren call and say the boat was sinking when the boat wasn't sinking? I don't know why the hell he did that. I don't know. People are saying it's a damn alibi. Maybe, I don't know. Shit. If somebody died on the boat, I'm not calling no alibi because I don't think like a damn criminal. Maybe Warren is a junior criminal, you know what I'm saying? So he called on the boat. That's when we heard all the people, oh my God, Nolan, Bart, could you did it? Blah, 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 blah. All that right there. Okay, so after the Coast Guard was called, right, They didn't leave to 30 minutes. Okay. And I did hear him in the background. They talking about come help me pick him up. They trying to transport the body. Now, where they transport the body at? Honey, I don't know if they dumped that body in the water and said, fuck it, and hit it. Or did they have that body in a different boat? If they dumped that body in the water, maybe that's what he called later on tonight to see if did a body float. He said there's always shit happening in Horn Island. So it's not uncommon for somebody to die on Horn Island or accident happen. So he was like, well, shit, we're just, Nolan just died like that. But we're not about to go to jail for his black ass. We're going to keep it packed. We're going to keep, I know what you did last summer type of pack. You know how those groups of people are. They kill somebody as a group and then they all cover it up. We have seen all those movies before. But to Brandon Tatum, it was 30-minute window. It was after the phone call, they didn't move to 30 minutes. And then you see them in the water moving. And then that's when they decided, you know what? This is a great idea. Let's record us 2 or 3 seconds and make sure you don't see no black person on the boat. So just in case, when this just comes up on media, we can put this out here and say, see, Nolan was never on the boat. Well, y'all hearing shit. No, we heard what we heard. At that time, Nolan was on that damn boat. Now, you don't got video footage to match when Warren called, do you? Give me the video footage to match Warren calling the Coast Guard and all those people in the background. Now, give me that video and you'll make me a believer. But if you don't give me that video at that exact time when Warren was on that damn boat, and you're going to give me a video later on, 30 minutes after they left, or 10 minutes after the phone call, bullshit. They moved the body. Duh. Okay, they was moving the body in the background while the shit was going on.
Nolan is somehow injured, hurt, or killed because we have witnesses that have come out. When I interviewed Warren, a lot of those kids that I talked to already alluded to this way before the audio came out, that they were gone. And people had already saw Nolan after they had left. The young lady, Katie, that he was hanging out with, I saw a text message from her alluded to the fact that she never saw him get on that boat at all. We have video of the boat that we shared on our social media page, and it shows all the occupants on.
Well, show us the text of Katie. Interview Katie. Why is Katie hiding? Why is Katie hiding? Are y'all working with Katie or y'all not working with Katie? I believe y'all working with Katie. I believe that Katie and the white boys are in this shit together because they point fingers at Katie, but they also saying Katie is helping their side too. Which one is it? Is she helping y'all side or she is the cause? It can't be both. It can't be both. Okay?
Boat and Nolan was not there. And so if a person thinks that they've heard something on the audio, they have to compare it with context. Maybe they said, is it dead? Talking about items that could potentially have died or damaged on the boat, given the fact that they were...
Bull crap. And you see that video they putting out here. Why didn't it record the video when the boat was supposedly sinking? Why? It was a whole bunch of action going in the background. Why didn't record that? But they recorded this was no action. They ain't even looking at the camera. They don't even know they're being recorded probably. It don't make sense. They did this because they knew that shit would possibly come out. And hell, this could be AI. Couldn't this video be AI? Press 1 if this video could be AI. It's not a clear video. It don't got no timestamp. We don't know who recorded, where it came from, the date, the time. We don't know shit. But they just going to give it and just say, here, swallow it, take it. This video could be AI. Hell.
Thinking. So I think people need to put this in context and reevaluate what they're listening to on the video, because if you are going to make a staunch stance in the wrong direction, in my opinion, by saying they're obviously talking about Nolan, it is incredibly impossible. One more thing, real quick, that when you look at where they were at when they made the phone call and their GPS coordinates, it literally put them on the island. And we know, and not on the physical island, but really close proximity to the island. And we know, because we have another video of Nolan being out there and also all the other boats surrounding him, that this would have had to happen very near to hundreds of people in hundreds of different boats. So somebody would have seen something if there was a dramatic commotion like this occurring on that boat.
I hear what you're saying, Officer Brandon Tatum.
Sources with knowledge of the investigation say there's now evidence.
I don't know what you're saying. You're saying that if it was a fight or it was a killing, then so many people would saw it. Yeah, a lot of people did witness Nolan die. I wouldn't take that away. But because a lot of people witnessed, what do you think? They're going to be honest and forthcoming and tell you what they saw? Hell no. We see all the time where people get mobbed, attacked, and people get taken out in public and nobody does nothing. People just drive and walk by and they do not report. It happens all the time. It ain't nothing new. Press 2 if you guys know that. That is a chance that your ass can get taken out in public where people can see. And afterwards, ain't nobody going to report on that shit. It is possible. It happened plenty of times before. So please stop with the bull crap, especially if they're friends. Look at Shanquella Robinson. All those people in Cabo, they know what happened to Shanquella Robinson, but they all covering it for each other, right? They all say she did it herself. They said, what, alcohol poisoning, right? Do y'all remember that story? A group of people? It happens all the time. Group of friends will unalive a friend in that damn group, and they will keep it hush hush, and they will keep their secret to the day they die. It happens. More than you think.
Including at least 2 witnesses, placing Wells on Horn Island after his friend's boat had already left. If that holds up, it directly undercuts the version of events his friends gave to police in those first critical hours. And the boat itself doesn't line up either. Meanwhile, a Marine Patrol email surfaced describing Wells's alcohol intake that day as heavy, adding one more variable investigators will have to account for once toxicology results are in.
Wait a minute. The state of Mississippi is trying to reshape the narrative on the Nolan Wells death? Really? So it's that.
Hold on. Do y'all see that? And that's the state of Mississippi. The state of Mississippi is telling you guys that Nolan had heavy alcohol intake. So do you know what happens when white people hear this? Do you know what happens when white mega people hear this? This is what they say. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. They're always, those blacks are always trying to blame us for their F-ups. They are the number one known to unalive each other, and they do all types of crime, and they want to play victim, and they're always begging for the government. I knew those white boys was innocent, and it's a damn shame. Oh my God, he had no business drinking alcohol at 18 anyway. You know, his parents must have failed him. Where's his biological father at? Oh my God, he's probably had it hard his whole life, and he was probably just so depressed, and he was probably just jealous of the white boys because they came from money and they were high born and he was low born. And he just couldn't fit in. You know, honey, they are going with it. Do you think they're going to fact check this shit? Hell no. The state of Mississippi is saying it as well. You know, they think that black people, all you guys do is race bait. All you guys do is race bait. That's all you guys do. You have nothing else to do but race bait and bring up old stuff in history that has no relevance in today. And you want white people to feel sorry for their ancestors. And we're just not going to have, I am so sick of them. Okay? And they're going to push this narrative. And the state is doing it. I told you the state is involved. The government is involved. Hell, it's a whole group. Shit. Ooh-wee. Do y'all see that? The state said it. And I know y'all say that's not true. Okay, black folks know he wasn't doing all that heavy drinking. But when the white folks say it, guess what? The state of Mississippi said it. Now the government gonna say it. Now this is going to be the narrative.
Really? So it's been reported that Nolan Wells, witnesses have come forward to say that Nolan Wells was drinking heavily during the day of the 4th of July. As to say, that's why he drowned. Because remember, authorities have already come out and said, even before they did the autopsy, that Nolan Wells drowned. And his mother, Christine Wansley, said that was not good enough for her, that she needed a medical explanation as to what led up to those events of him, if they say drown, right? Now let me ask y'all something. Was Nolan Wells the only one on Horn Island with his group of friends that was drinking? Let's go back through the evidence. Now, as you can see, the gentleman right next to Nolan Wells has beer dripping all down his chest. The other guy had a beer can in his hand. Now, these children are all under the age of 21. None of them can legally purchase alcohol except for Bart. Wait a minute. Bart, were you the one who bought the alcohol for the underage kids that day on the boat on Horn Island? Was it you? Oh, this plot is just really thickening. Not to mention, if Nolan was drinking, if the toxicology come back and he did have alcohol, that doesn't negate the fact that something nefarious happened on that island. Just because Bart was drinking is going to lead to all these things that we see plain as day in our face. We're just going to bypass this, right? We also are going to forget the fact that allegedly they deleted everything off of their social media accounts. We're going to not think about, oh, Nolan was drinking, so now they got to, if Nolan was drinking, why everybody got a lawyer up? Why everybody got an attorney? And if Nolan was heavily drinking on the 4th of July, we just got to forget the fact that the telephone calls for the tip line was routed to Ashley Cole, Judge Ashley Cole's office, instead of going to the Jackson County Sheriff's Department. Really? Y'all, all these things cannot be coincidental. We're going to negate the fact that now Governor Tate Reeves is coming out trying to assault Ben Crump's character, call him a bold-faced lie. Really? We're just going to negate the fact that the Sheriff's Department, the day of, right when they pulled Nolan Wells' body out of the water, stated it was a drowning. Are you serious? I just want to know this. With those children who were drinking, nobody is drawing attention to that. And even if Nolan was drunk on the 4th of July, that does not give anybody a pass to do anything harmful to him or take his life because he was drunk. And it does not fall on him. That does not make him responsible for leaving here.
From the beginning, investigators leaned toward an accidental drowning. His parents never accepted that, and the gap between those two positions has only widened. Here's what's new. A private forensic pathologist hired by the Wells family, Dr. Roger Mitchell, finished his independent autopsy and released his conclusion. Cause and manner of death, undetermined. Not drowning, not homicide. Undetermined. Because according to the family's attorney, Mitchell's exam turned up something nobody expected. An area of discoloration on the back of Wells's head, deep enough to sit beneath the skin that no one has explained. And critically, the body that arrived for the second autopsy didn't include his lungs or his throat. Those are two of the most important pieces of tissue you'd want if you were trying to confirm or rule out drowning. Without them, an independent pathologist can't tell you much of anything with confidence.
Dr. Judy Malnick, I'm a board-certified forensic pathologist, and I just watched the Nolan Wells press conference, and I wanted to share some context for everyone. Being able to definitively state the cause of death after a body has not been found for several days and has been subsequently autopsied twice with signs of decomposition is incredibly unlikely. Drowning is what's called the diagnosis of exclusion, which means that when you've got a fresh body, you want to be able to look at the body and see if there's any other causes of death for that body that is found in water that exclude the death being exclusively a drowning. So, for example, if someone is shot and then thrown in the water, you'll have that gunshot and they'll be bleeding, and the gunshot will be the cause of death, and the thrown in the water is not the cause of death. It's not even on the death certificate. If a person is strangled and they die from strangulation and then their dead body is thrown in the water, their body will take on water. The cause of death is going to be strangulation, not drowning. Also, for any kind of traumatic injuries. Now, we got to talk about natural death for a second. If someone has a heart attack while they are swimming, and because they're having the heart attack as they're exercising in the water, and they take on water and they drown, the cause of death is actually drowning, and the heart attack is listed on the death certificate under other significant conditions contributing to death. So even though the heart attack might have killed them on dry land, it might not have. Most certainly they wouldn't on dry land. So we defer to the hostile environment, which is the water, to call it a drowning. Now, identifying natural disease and identifying trauma is relatively easy in a fresh body. It can be very difficult in a decomposed body. His body was found here, and this second autopsy done by Dr. Roger Mitchell wasn't until 4 days later. So we're dealing with quite a bit of decomposition, even if the body was refrigerated during that time.
Now, their lawyers are using subpoenas to try to get some answers. They're asking multiple tech companies to preserve relevant social media and phone records. It's still unclear how Wells's body ended up on the shoreline of a coastal island 2 days after a boating trip with friends. His cause of death is undetermined, according to an independent autopsy. The state autopsy reportedly is complete, but the results are not yet public.
We are begging, if anyone knows anything, his friends, strangers, please call the hotline, because we will not be able to rest until we get answers.
All right. Hey, OG, how you doing? All right, honey. Well, I'll be on it, and I'll catch you guys on the next go round.